fuck is up, Pussy Nation? My name is Flynn Scott Wilson. Your name is also Flynn Scott Wilson. My name is Flynn Scott Wilson, and this is the Flynn Scott Wilson podcast. Your host, Flynn Scott Wilson. Physique update. Choo. Can almost like flex him. Hope no one's watching. Just kidding. I don't give a fuck, nigga. Everyone watch me flex. That's what I want to be like, but I'm not being like that, which is what we're going to talk about today. Here's a dead fly, and that's the start of my name, Fly In, because I'm flying through the sky, and my name is Flynn Scott Wilson, and welcome to the Flynn Scott Wilson podcast, motherfucker. Never. Big time. Humility hitter. From there, I swear my chest is looking massive, huh? And I'm bulking still. I'm bulking. I mean, that shit is gonna look defined as fuck when I cut. Yeah, my name's Flynn, I go to the gym. Hi, my name's Flynn, I go to the gym. Hey, yo, chill, homie. I swear, like, why am I not able to get myself, like, in frame properly? My lats ain't looking too good, though. What the fuck? I don't know how to lat spread some shit. I just go like this. You go like this or something? Am I doing that right? You, like, hook your thumbs behind your rib cage or something and then spread out your wings? I don't know. Anyways, that was a great 2-minute start to the podcast. Oh. I mean, ever since I turned 17, it's been a year since I've started going to the gym. Isn't that crazy? It's been a year. Sometime around now, Karen asked me to play Fortnite with him, and I said, hey, yo, I will in like an hour, but I'll go to the gym first. And I went to the gym, and I didn't do anything because I didn't know what the fuck to do. So I basically did fuck all and then just went home. And I was like, yeah, quick gym sesh. I didn't do anything because you actually forget, like, when you first started going to the gym, you didn't know what the fuck you were doing. You were learning. You were learning what to do. And inside this envelope right here, there is money. I swear, I've already opened this. My mum, like, sealed it up again somehow. Is that right? What the fuck? I already opened this. How did she, like, seal it up again? Did she? Let's see my money. I might as well get my wallet as well. I mean, that's $50. That's 70. That's 90. That's 110. That's 130. And you remember that movie, Flynn? Do you remember that movie, Monsters vs. Aliens? A kids movie, Monsters vs. Aliens? I have no idea why, but that just came into my head. Monsters versus Aliens, the movie, and that chick. She was going to have a wedding, but she got really tall, and she got big, and at first she thought it was a bad thing, but then she learned to accept herself for who she was, and she realized that my biggest weakness is actually my biggest strength. Jaden Glentworth, in year 10 or year 11, he wasn't a friend of mine. I knew the kid. He kind of got bullied a lot. He didn't really get bullied, but it's kind of like a big fish in an even bigger pond. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't a fucking complete nerdy cunt. It's just the people he hung out with were the people I hung out with, and it was very similar, just to a lesser extent with me, where he kind of got memed on, you know? And with me, I mean, that's really similar to what happened with me as well. Just, I mean, I was like the bitch boy of a popular kid group, if you know what I mean. I'm not really a bitch boy, just not really, need to learn how to articulate myself, and that's something I'm really coming to realise. But we can talk all about it in this podcast, and it's been a long time since I've done a podcast. But I'm so good at it, that's what I forget. I am the fucking man at these podcasts, but just telling the truth, it hurts, man. It's difficult to do. to give it $1.50. And this is so powerful, this podcast, for articulating yourself. I would never go this in depth with articulating myself, and just at this moment, I just had a brain freeze, and you know why? And we're going to talk about this. We'll talk about it right now. Fuck whatever the fuck else I was saying. I had a brain freeze because in this moment, I just thought to myself, I'm talking about how good I am, and I'm thinking to myself, and like, become conscious of myself, you know, of what you're saying. When I'm speaking the most factual fucking statements of my life, when I'm hitting you guys with the absolute facts, you know, spinning out fucking absolute fire shit, it's kind of coming from a subconscious level. And sometimes I get caught in the conscious level, like, like if you forget a word and it's on the tip of your tongue and you're like, what the fuck's that word? And you're actually thinking about it, you're thinking about it out loud, you're like, what the fuck is it? And you're like trying to think. It's kind of like a conscious but subconscious. It's kind of like, that's where the fire shit is. So sometimes when I'm speaking, I'm saying some fire shit on the subconscious level, but then I think on the conscious level, what the fuck am I saying? And my thought process just completely fucks off and I just can't think at all. Does anyone else get that? I'm just speaking straight up facts and then I'm like, dude, I'm speaking straight up facts, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I am, and then it's like I'm not spitting it out anymore. It's weird. It's pretty odd. But it's that response in me. Sorry, I gotta blow my nose. Yeah. I'm gonna go spit. Oh shit! My phone's definitely charged. When was the last time that homeboy got messaged by a friend? Jesus Christ. I realised that at the gym today. Holy shit. Dude, the last time I had a friend was in primary school. What the fuck? Or a really good friend. I think I've had friends since then, but like that layer of friend, you know. Fucking boy. Last time I had a boy was in primary school, and the closest thing I've got to that is probably... That shit is torn up. Is that illegal? For it to be torn? Probably not, huh? But, dude, the last time I had a friend was probably Bob. When we went to the gym with, like, that's the closest thing that I've come to a relationship that I had with kids in primary school. What the fuck? The fuck's up with that? And I mean, my sister was asking me, we're going to Fox and she's talking about how she's introverts. She's actually kind of spinning some fire shit that I'm interested in, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck, yo. She's talking about, like, personality tests or whatever. But I'm chilling, I'm being a cool kid, I'm not talking, I'm not engaging in the conversation, I'm being a Sigma male. Which, by the way, I don't really get that trend, Sigma male. But, yeah, being a Sigma male, not going in the... And she's talking about, oh, what the fuck? And she's talking about, by the way, the reason I'm being quiet is because I feel like she might be able to hear me. And in truth, we'll get to it later. Okay? Okay. Remind me of 903. And what I was saying at 903. And I'll explain it, okay? And I'll remember it. She's talking about, dude, there's something wrong with my nose. Like, where it's not stuffed at all, but, like, it's just sometimes it, like, you know? There's nothing in there, it's just something that's making it, like... By the way, I've been having bad bloody noses lately, where I've been poking my nose like this, and just blood starts gushing out, so... Hopefully I don't, like, pick my nose so it starts bleeding again. Oh, I'm hitting blood. Look at that little bit of blood. But I think we're fine. I think we're chilling. What the fuck was I saying? Introverts. And my sister was like, what do you think you are? And I'm like, I'm an extrovert. But I mean, lately when I'm thinking about it, dude, when was the last time I had a fucking friend? Dude, I had great friends at primary school, and then fucked off from primary school. I mean, who the fuck did you have? Jack Pronk, who you saw at the gym the other day, who's like changed a lot and actually become like the nicest fucking person. Not saying that you like him, just he's very nice. Nice does not make the man. Wow, he's a really cool dude. No, he's just nice. He seems pretty boring to be completely a $1.50, but he's nice at least. He's got that going for him. I don't got that going for me, but he's a nice guy. Yeah, you Jack Pronk, Jacob, insert last name here, Damien, insert last name here, and Riley Jack. You had fucking Riley Jack. Not a good friend. I mean, you had Josiah and Angus Ambo, and intermediate in year 8. But you didn't have any friends, like, dude, like, a couple of them went over to your house once or twice. Josiah went over to your house once, I remember. Played video games, and he did your paper run for you as well, which is weird. And then, and then in high school, you had Nathan Stevens, Tom Warnock, you had, Oliver Funky, that group, but you were never, like, in that group. You weren't an integral part. Nathaniel Lesk, you weren't, like, in that group, you know, that CY group. You were on the outside. Feels bad, but still good friends. I mean, you hung out with them outside of school quite a few times, but they weren't close friends. But, I mean, I'm an extrovert, right? I love talking to people. I thought I did. But, yesterday was Christmas. Today is actually the 26th of December, 2021. And I think I've advanced past the stage of party pooper. You know, sometimes I just don't want to be a party pooper. But I think I've advanced past that stage. I'm kind of good at handling awkward situations now. If I'm in an awkward situation, just accepting it and kind of vibing with it. And once you become very good at accepting those and vibing within those, like, you become very powerful. Like, there's no awkward situation for me. If I got no one to talk to, I'll just sit alone, and, you know, I won't force myself into a conversation and just allow myself to be there awkwardly. And then someone comes along and you start talking to them, you know. When you start forcing yourself in those situations, that's when you become a bit of a party pooper, you know, when you start forcing yourself into conversations. And I think I'm very good at just sitting and just allowing the awkwardness, not forcing any conversations, allowing conversations to come to you. And when you do that, you become very powerful as well. Like, you don't rely on anyone else. And as well as that, like, if you're talking to someone and you're the first person to leave, if you're in a group and you're the first person to say, all right, fuck it, this is getting boring, let's see what the fuck's going on there, and then people be following you and that's when you become very powerful. You become very, very, very powerful in a social situation. But at the same time, like, not forcing yourself into social situations. Like, most of the time that's like you're chilling doing that, and it feels very good. But other times it's like you want to be in a social situation, right? You want to be in there, but you're gonna have to force yourself in there, and that's a bad feeling, right? When you actually like and enjoy that social interaction and the people within those, but you know that forcing yourself in there, it's gonna break the dynamics. So with Christmas, I mean, let's analyze our social situations, eh? Let's fucking analyze them. So at Christmas, we're gonna go with my auntie Donna. She's like, when my sister was talking about extroverts and introverts, she's an extrovert. She likes talking to people. She's very, very good at it. And we've got my auntie Lisa. She's also very good at that. And my old man is the introvert of the family. He's a bit of a... Hey, maybe we'll talk about that later. But anyways, yeah, so they're kind of talking. They're kind of running the show. And I'm like, for me to get in there and really do my thing and be myself, like, I've got to be the extroverted dude, you know, the one that's talking, the one that's cracking the little W's and controlling the situation. But they're controlling the situation, and I'm not gonna force myself in there and try and be the alpha dog and try and run the conversation, because, like, two reasons as well. It ruins the vibe. You're being a bit of a party pooper. And although, yeah, you might be able to do it, you might be able to control that situation, like come in there, crack the low W's, and then control the conversation. And I'm saying control the conversation. We all know what I mean, you know? It's sounding worse than it is, you know? You don't come in there like, give me that conversation. Yeah, conversation. You're going to go this way. You just go in there and you start talking and you start moving the conversation forwards. You're the person that's in the driving seat for the conversation, for the convo within a social circle, right? You're kind of a party pooper if you do that. But reason number two is there's a good chance that you fucking flop as well. You go in there, you start trying to talk about shit, and other people were like, we're more interested in what fucking Auntie Donna is saying, so fuck you, we don't want you here. And when I say, fuck you, we don't want you here, we don't want to talk about the shit that you want to talk about, I mean, they just ignore you, and they just talk to the other person. And I was watching a podcast with Dr. K and Jacksepticeye, and they were talking about speaking over people, and I realised that I haven't had that problem in a long time. At high school, when I really had a low self-esteem, it happened a lot, and I feel like it's just low self-esteem that happens, like people talking over you. I remember it was a big problem for me, like a lot of motherfuckers talked over me, and I felt awkward, like, oh shit, okay, I'm not really worth that much, like, if I'm gonna be talking, you just start talking about some other shit, like, Jesus Christ. I mean, that's a fucking hit to your self-esteem, huh? I mean, it must be low for you to allow other people to do that, like, the shit you were saying, and, like, a lot. Like, it's alright if it happens a couple times, like, oh, like, I'm talking and then some crazy shit is going on over there, so you start talking about that, or you just have a thought that's very interesting in your head, so you say that, like, that's acceptable, but if it's happening all the time, you're just talking to people like, oh, yeah, so you see that game last night while you're talking? Shit, homie, your self-esteem must be very low for you to allow that to happen. When I say allow that to happen, I mean allow that to happen. I mean, for people to be able to do that in the first place, to be able to do that without any worry as well, they must view you very low, right? But it's been ages since I've worried about that happening. Anyways, what the fuck was I talking about? Sorry, my nose feels shit. Like, it's cleared. But I just can't breathe through it. Sometimes when I talk, it gets all, like, a little bit blocked up there. I don't know. It's been bleeding a lot recently. I think I might have done something to it. Now it just bleeds if you, like, pick it in the wrong place. It starts gushing up blood. I don't know. What was the thing at 9:03? I honestly can't remember. I remember I seen 9:03 something about Katie. Heaps of stuff to talk about, really. Oh yeah, I'm bad at conflict. I think that was the one. I think that's what I was about to talk about. Yeah, that thought when you get in your head and you're like, wait, I'm actually talking right now. And you're suddenly like, oh, I give a fuck about this. I better not fuck this up. And then you go ahead and fuck it up. Because you're speaking subconsciously. Like, if you actually think about it, like, I better not fuck up breathing. Like, I better keep on doing my breathing completely normally. Oh, that was a second too fast. Like, you're thinking subconsciously. If you start thinking, okay, what the fuck am I thinking and saying out loud? Like, if you start thinking to yourself, consciously, you start thinking, even now, it's happening to me now. Where you just, like, you aren't speaking subconsciously and you're actually consciously thinking about it. You can't speak if you're consciously thinking about everything that you're saying. You just can't do it. You can't speak if you're thinking about what, like, consciously thinking about, okay, the next words out of my mouth are going to be, you can't, your mind isn't wired that fast. And, like, talking about that before, like, when you get a math problem asked you, 9 times by 7, 63, immediately comes out, not immediately, but it takes, like, a couple of seconds to come out of your head. That's not conscious. You're not thinking 9 times 7, okay, 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9. It's like, and it's not like diving into a memory and, like, thinking about a test that you did, like, oh, I put 63 there. No, it's just like, you pull it out of your subconscious. You're like, 9 times, like, 8 times by 4, 32. Just pull it out. I don't know. It's kind of like speaking as well. A lot of your thinking you do is subconscious. So when I get into conflict situations, so what happened on Christmas Day is we're vibing, I'm chilling, I'm chilling as fuck. You know, I don't give a fuck. I'll sit down and, chill, and then, people coming to me, talking to me, cracking little W's. Mainly the kids, I don't really... There's just not too many, adults there that I really fucks with. I realised that, my age difference, it makes a big difference. Transitioning from a kid to a young adult. At first I thought what would happen is you go from a kid to an adult. Okay, so I hang out with the kids and then suddenly I transition and now I'm hanging out with these guys, the adults. That never happens. I'm kind of past that hump of kid to adult, but now I'm young adult, and that age difference does make a big difference. I mean, I can talk to... I feel like I really enjoy talking to old people as well. Mainly new people. I love talking to new people, and these people that I know, I don't know if it's the people there that I don't fucks with in my family, not my close family, but my outer family, my aunts and uncles and shit. Maybe I just don't fucks with them too hard. Maybe they don't mesh with my personality, or I don't know, maybe it's the age thing, like I was saying. But either way, I wouldn't want to be in a room with them for a long amount of time to talk to them. I mean, Auntie Donna, that's probably the best person that I like talking to. Auntie Donna. She's very good at talking. Probably Auntie Donna. My Auntie Lisa, kind of. I feel like I enjoy chicks' companies a lot more. I feel like I am an extroverted person. I love talking. And chicks are just a lot better at talking. When I'm talking to dudes, it's like my Uncle G, Uncle Glenn. I just feel like that shit is forced. It's fake as... I don't want to talk to you, You don't crack little W's. You ain't on there. I don't know. Anyways, we were chilling, I'm chilling. Mainly hanging out with the kids, I enjoy fucking around with them, my little cousin Jai, cousin Sasha. But of the younger cousins just fucking around, hitting balls and shit. You know how it be. And then we went to the beach for dinner. It was there that shit kind of, at my house, we had Christmas at our crib. I kept on, the little cousin Isaac, he kept on crying about shit. There was this bowl, he was holding this bowl on his hands, and I was like, yoink, give me that shit. Because I kind of thought, at the time he's holding this bowl, the table's up here, his head, comes up to here. He's not going to be able to dish himself up his own dessert. We're having dessert. And as well as that, there's a good chance he drops it. So I kind of just yoinked that shit. And then everyone comes up, he goes crying to his mum that he yoinked his bowl. And so, the mum's kind of talking, so that's Auntie Lisa. She's kind of talking, she's right there, she's holding him, she's like, Flynn stole your bowl. Attention's on me. And I actually don't like those situations, because it's conflict. I see it as conflict, at the Fletch Christmas, Flynn. Do you remember the Fletch Christmas, when you all have to go up and get a gift? And the attention is on you. I don't like those situations. I feel like I can be good at those situations, but I care too much, and that thing in my head goes off, and I'm like, dude, be funny, crack a whole W, be funny, you become conscious of what's going on, and you realize, dude, that shit I was about to say is lame as fuck, and you can't be yourself. So when I'm saying be yourself, that's the more conscious part of you that's taking over. And you don't view that as yourself, you view the subconscious part of you as yourself. I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's just because you give too much of a fuck. You can't say, I don't give a fuck, nigga, and crack some low W's. If you give too much of a fuck, you're not going to be able to crack low W's. But yeah, and then quite a few people came over and they're like, did you actually take the bowl from him? And I just didn't say anything, because the kid was crying the whole day. And I didn't say anything. And that's where I go wrong. What I've realised with my sister, Katie, she's in the room next door. Hopefully she's not listening. Maybe that's what I was saying at 9:03? We'll get to that later. At 24:00, I'm talking about how I still give a fuck about what people think. I thought I didn't, but I still do, in a large way. But anyways, yeah, conflict, just not good. So we went to the beach as well, and the kids were there, and we're playing with this Hot Wheels set that they got. And I pick up one of the cars. We're all having turns. I pick up on the car, and then the little shit, Isaac, he comes up to me and he's like, give me the car. And I'm like, oh, fuck off, I'm gonna have my turn. Except I didn't say that. I just didn't say anything because I feel like I just need to speak more. Anyways, I didn't say anything. And he starts crying, and then everyone, my cousin Sasha, she's very good socially. That's what I've realized. She's very good socially. She understands the social dynamics that are going on. And it's like a time travel. I feel like I time traveled back, and I'm with Jai, and I'm like 10 years old, and I'm kind of being rough with him, and then he starts crying to his mum, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm in trouble. They're gonna tell on me or something. Yeah, she starts going like, oh, Flynn, give Isaac back his car. Yeah, it's the little shit's car, but I'm having my turn. Flynn, give Isaac back his car. And then Katie and my mum are like, yeah, give him back his car. And then everyone's like, hey, yo, give him, or quite a few people like saying to me, yeah, give him back his car. It's his car. It's his toy. Give him back his car. And I'm just, in those conflict situations, I mean, it's like when you have an argument with your boss. That's the stereotypical one. You're in the shower later, half an hour, the day later, and you're like, think of all the insults, think of all the responses you can give back. I mean, at the time, I haven't been doing that. I haven't stooped that low. I'm not that pissed off about it. I mean, I'm only pissed off about it because, that's my family. I'm chilling. And at the end of the day, anything can happen to me, and I'll have those emotions. But logically, I'm still chilling because I know I take fucking L's all the time, and this is no exception. And I'll continue taking L's because they're massive lessons, not losses, lessons. Because this is a big lesson as well. I'll talk about why I'm bad at conflict and see if I feel like I can be better. There have been times where I'm playing Fortnite on voice chat and I'm very good at conflict, but it's because I don't give a fuck then. I'm cracking love W's and I don't give a fuck. But I give too much of a fuck now. We'll talk about other situations where conflict has arisen, but I give too much of a fuck where if I didn't give a fuck, I could roast the fuck out of that person. Like in that situation, now I'd be like, hey yo, it's your toy, but dude, it's my turn. What the fuck is going on, dude? Give everyone a turn, homie. And this is a lesson for you, buddy. This is a lesson for you, buddy, because you can't just cry and get things that you want, It's this toy car, and it's throughout the entire day you've just been crying and wanting things that I have, I'm playing paddle tennis, and you see that it looks fun for me, so you want it, I'm kicking a football around, you see it looks fun for me, so you want it. And so far I've been giving you what you want, but to be honest, I think you're a bit of a little shit, and it's time you learn. You're not always going to get what you want, and you can't just cry and get the shit that you want, buddy. So even though this is your car, dude, I'm having a turn. Chill the fuck out. I have my turn, and then you can get the car afterwards. And I'm a big man, I would have showed that little fucking 3-year-old. Yeah, I would have been the man. But yeah, in those situations, I just can't. My mind just goes in blank. Like, don't fuck up, crack a low W. But at the end of the day, I don't say anything because I think, dude, the shit that I was gonna say is it's terrible, and I don't like how it sounds because it sounds like I'm being a fucking arsehole. I can't at that moment turn being an arsehole into funny situations where you actually leverage yourself and actually gain that social status. I can't in that moment. I'm like, dude, that's not funny enough. I'm just gonna come off really bad. And the thing that I've realized is, it's the thought that counts. And this applies for a lot of things as well. When I talk to strangers at the gym, when I just talk to strangers in general, although it doesn't happen that much outside of the gym, dude, it's the motherfucking thought that counts. You can say the most out of pocket shit, you can say the worst shit, you can go up to someone and just stutter at them, but because you engaged in the social situation, you're going to have that leverage because they think, holy shit, it's the thought that counts. You went into that conversation not knowing that person and started engaging with them. You're gonna have the upper hand in that conversation unless you run into a fucking mad lad alpha Chad who also doesn't give a fuck, who's been in a ton of situations. But that's very hard. That's a very hard status to achieve. Your friend Josiah Nangajamba that you actually talked about before, who was your friend at Ross, not a close friend, dude, you haven't had one of those since primary school, but he was a friend at Ross. You actually saw him at the gym today, and you've had other situations, you've had other interactions with Josiah at the gym when you've seen him, and you've gone up to talk to him, and you've controlled that conversation, and you feel like he doesn't like you at the end of it. Dude, this time he came up to you, started talking to you, and you were the stuttering Sam because he engaged in the conversation. He went up to you today. This is what happened. Based on a true story, because it is exactly a true story. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, but I love talking, I love speaking. But anyways, true story, he comes up to you Just like I came up to you and he said, "You have a good Christmas?" And he said it kind of quietly. So I thought he said Merry Christmas, which is weird because it's Boxing Day. But I was like, oh, okay. I'm being an awkward Annie here. So I'm going along with it, and I'm like, yeah, Merry Christmas. And he said, what'd you get up to? And I kind of realized after that, oh shit, I think he said, what'd you get up to for Christmas? So he's like, yeah, what'd you get up to? Started telling him about what I get up to in a pretty awkward way. And I was like, oh yeah, it was a pretty good Christmas. We had Christmas at my house, and then we went to dinner. We had dinner at my old man's house in Foxton Beach. So yeah, pretty good. But I'm being kind of awkward, and he's actually dominating the conversation, and he's doing exactly what I did before. I remember in one of our social interactions saying, "All right, I'll better leave you to it," and then actually saying something else. I better leave you to it, and then something pops into your head. I said, "I better leave you to it." Oh, by the way, what are you doing today? Backing bites? Yeah, you are. Oh, what are you doing here? You doing rows? Yeah, rows are pretty good, eh? I feel the activation in my lats quite a lot. But I used to have problems where my lower back was hurting in the rows. I feel like I got to do more of them. Yeah, for sure. All right, I'll leave you to it. That. I don't know if that conversation happened, but something along those lines. And he actually did that as well. And I realized, dude, he's controlling the conversation, and he's actually gonna like me more because it's an equal playing field now. I've controlled this conversation and being the alpha dog, and he's controlled the conversation and being the alpha dog. I mean, it's the thought that counts. And even though he came up to me, Josiah came up to me, and he was also being a bit of an awkward Andy. But by the end of the conversation, I was the only one being the awkward Andy, and he was being the confident Clark. He was being the confident Clark. He was able to talk very well. And it's because he just came in there and controlled the conversation, and he was the first person to speak. He was the first person to say, yo, what up? Hey, yo, look, it's Flynn Roach. That's my name. This guy also came up to me, and exact same thing with Josiah. He came up to me and started talking to me, and I was being the awkward Annie. But before, I've come up to him and talked to him, and I've been the confident Clark, and he's been the awkward Annie. That's good to see. That's good to see those relationships where we're equals. We are equals in those relationships. It's nice. Dude, I've got some nice fucking elbows, eh? They're like pointy, but in a good way. Holy shit. Those are some nice fucking elbows. Dude, those elbows are chilling. But yeah, I'm bad at conflict. And I think the reason I'm bad at conflict is because even though I thought that I really didn't give a fuck. And by the way, I know I always do this. Until we're up talking, I can see myself getting a bald spot there. I feel like I'm going to go bald at such an early age. I don't know. Dude, we ain't chilling. I'm going bald. And I feel like I'm bad at conflict because... And yeah, in that situation, I realized I lost social leverage because he was asking for that car back. And by the way, what happened? Everyone was saying, give the car back, Flynn. And I kind of like half went to do it, but like everyone's against me. And you know why everyone's against me, Flynn? Oh yeah, the whole world is wrong. No, Flynn, buddy, you're wrong. The whole world is against you because they've seen in the past that you fold in those conflict situations. I mean, your sister and your mum already know it, and Sasha and Jai already know it from the past. I mean, everyone knows that you fold under these social situations, and it's easy to villainize you, to make you look like the villain, because you can't defend yourself, because you freeze up and you say nothing. They already know that this has already happened. You know, and Sasha's very good. My cousin Sasha, she should be starting high school this year. She's very good in those social interactions because she's able to fit into the mold very well. She's able to understand the cues and what's going on very well, and she subconsciously knows that, yeah, under this conflict, I mean, this is a winning hand for me. Flynn's got the car, Zach's wanting it back. I'll just say, Flynn, give the car back, Flynn. Looking over at the parents as well. Looking over at the parents because, I mean, she kind of still views you as a kid. And it's true in a lot of ways. You were hanging out with the kids the entire day. You're kind of grouped in there, and I kind of realized in that moment, or not really in that moment, but afterwards, like, oh shit, the kids are looking at me like, oh, this big boy is bullying the little kid. they're not viewing me as an adult. That's a feels bad. Is it a feels bad though? Let's actually talk about this. They're actually viewing you as a kid. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, what can I analyze there? Yeah, they're viewing you as a kid because you've hung out with the kids the entire day, and that's who you associate yourself with because that's who you vibe the best with, you know. Even though you kind of get a dog piled on socially, yeah. I mean, you still enjoy like play fighting with the little ones, you know, playing around, kicking the ball around. But yeah, it's because I don't give a fuck, and I realized, dude, what am I saying? It's because I do give a fuck still about what people think. And it's the same with the conflict with my sister as well. Like, they're easy to beat. It's just, you're bad with the conflict, man. You are bad when it comes to the conflict. You just got to start diving in there. That's what I got to do. It's clear to me now. Just dive in there because it's the thought that counts. If someone's like cracking on you, if someone's like pouncing on you, you know, and those social interactions, Flynn, give the car back. Saying something is better than saying nothing, even if it does come off you're a bit of an arsehole, because if you just practice it, you will become good. I notice that with social interactions as well. I see the most cringe shit to people sometimes, you know. Just come up to them, the first thing I do is I start a social interaction with them, and I just stutter at them, you know. I've had the cringiest shit, but because I did it so many times, I eventually became so fucking good at it. You did it so many times, you practice that, eventually, yeah, you stop giving a fuck. I've done this so many times. Like, I don't give a fuck if I fuck up this one. Like, and you already know that logically. It's not that you gain that knowledge like, oh, if I fuck up this one, it's all good because I've had so many before and I'll have a fuck ton more in the future. Nah, it's not that, but it's not that knowledge. You already had that knowledge from the start. From your first one, you knew, if I fuck up this one, it's all good in the hood because I've got a second one under my belt, you know, that I can tackle. It isn't that knowledge, I don't know, it's the practice of not giving a fuck, of going in there and doing it. Just practicing it, and eventually you just become smooth with it, where you don't have to think about it, you've got to do it subconsciously, and I just haven't done that yet with conflict situations, and I feel like I can be good. I feel like in the past I have been good with conflict situations, just I haven't done it in so long. I haven't got that practice under my belt, and it's not like if I stop, and it's got to be constant practice as well. You know, it's got to be constant practice as well with those social interactions. Dude, if I took a week off, 2 weeks off of talking to people, I would be so shit coming back. I'd go up to people, I'd stutter at people, you know. It's just because you constantly do it now that you just are so good at it. So good at talking to new people, I just don't give a fuck talking to new people. Except I do give a fuck. I do still give a fuck, though. That's what I've realised. I still do give a fuck in a lot of ways. You know, I don't go up to people and I'm not completely 100% honest with them. If they ask me what I was jerking off to, I wouldn't tell them the truth. I'll tell you guys the truth. Because I need to practice it, and I realise right now that I need to articulate, like, I need to be completely 100% fucking honest, because this is supposed to be my thing, you know? I'm jerking off, I haven't jerked off to porn in a while, but I'm kind of edging closer back to porn. Like, Instagram, what the fuck was I was just going to show you guys porn. No, it's pretty stupid. It's not porn, it's like just asses on Instagram. That I don't jerk off to, I just, in the middle of jerking off, so I kind of get close to failure, so like, the orgasm is more intense. So what I'll do is I'll go close to failure and then do that like 3 times and like pause. So go close to failure, pause. In those pausing sets, look at asses to motivate myself, you know? And I can visualize that ass and have it in my imagination as I jerk off. So we're edging closer and closer to porn. Because that's kind of, I mean, asses on Instagram. Sorry, my nose is so fucking annoying. But I wouldn't say that to someone that I first met. I wouldn't. So it shows that I do give a fuck. And I don't want to give a fuck. I mean, I want to be completely 100% fucking honest with everyone and not give a fuck. You know, tell it how it is. Tell it how it is. But yeah, I do give a fuck. And that actually holds you back. It's paradoxical, huh? If you give a fuck, then you'll be shitted in social interactions. Isn't that weird? This is my good side, I reckon. This is my bad side. My nose is curved. Have a look at that. It actually curves that way. You can kind of see it. So I feel like that's my good side. Oosh. But yeah, I give a fuck, and that's why I'm kind of fucking up conflict situations. Because I'm still giving a fuck. Anyways, it's been 40 minutes of that. Let's move on. So I do give a fuck. And I want to not give a fuck. And I need to practice telling it how it is, and then eventually you don't give a fuck. Because I have gone to that stage before. I have. Really have. I don't think ever with a family, I mean, telling the most embarrassing shit about yourself to anyone, that's when you really don't give a fuck. And I don't think I'm at that stage with my family. I mean, if my sister hears. I doubt she's listening into this, but with my family, I probably wouldn't tell them the weird shit that I've jerked off to. You know, that's probably the most embarrassing thing about me. I mean, what else is embarrassing? That time that you were biking past those cars with Finn and Cameron. Do you remember that, Flynn? And you hit on it and you kind of fell, and there were a group of girls right there and they laughed at you. I mean, that shit kind of seems like it's out of a movie and it's my fucking villain backstory. But yeah, that actually happened. Like, we were hitting the windscreens of the cars and then on our bikes, and even then, it's like for so long I've been. It's when I left primary school that I stopped. I mean that it started, but for so long I'd been in the bitch boy of a social group, and intermediate was not different. I used to bike with these year 8s. So I was a year 7 and they were year 8s, Finn and Cameron, and I was kind of the weird one of the group. So anyways, I mean, and you're the beta male of the group. And because you're the beta male, I mean, social interactions just seem a lot harder. Everything seems a lot harder. Do you watch Sidemen? I've started watching the Sidemen, actually. And there's this guy, Vicstar123, and it's kind of like that with him. Like, cracking jokes. It's all so much harder because you're the bitch boy of the group. You know, you're thinking about your every move. It's so much harder to be a confident person. It's so much harder to be, when you're the bitch boy of the group. So anyways, we're hitting the windshields, and I'm actually struggling, you know. I'm not used to riding a bike, you know. These kids, like, year 7, year 8, you know, they rode their bikes on the road. On the big road, through intersections, homie. And I didn't do that, motherfucker. That's big boy shit right there. So I'm not that good at riding my bike. You know, they're taking bike classes and they're like doing skids on the gravel. That's pretty cool. I can't do skids, man. But yeah, we're doing this and I got like too close to a car and I fucking hit the car. And dude, I fucking fell over, bro. And all these girls laughed at me. I mean, what's more embarrassing? I mean, jerking off to Simpsons porn where Bart Simpson's fucks Marge Simpsons and they're really over sexualized, or fucking hitting your bike and falling. I guess that's kind of embarrassing too. I mean, what's another embarrassing thing about me? Recent shit? I can't think of too much. Jerking off to, there was this chick that I know, I probably won't. Should I just say her name out loud? Oh, fuck it, Ella Mayston. Calling you out. You aren't actually that good looking, to be honest, you know. Don't flatter yourself, Ella. You're kind of short, you're a bit too short for me. I'm like average height, dude. I'm 5'10". I've been thinking about that lately, you know. Like, because I've been getting it so into the gym and my physique. Since I've been getting so into the gym, since I have been at the gym for so long, really noticing physiques and realizing that, dude, there's only so much. My physique can only get so big, you know? Like, having a big body, it's harder because it's harder to build on that muscle. But if you've been going to the gym for 5 years, you look just so much better as a tall guy than you do a short guy. I mean, if you're a short guy, you get to, like, about my size. Imagine this was just pure muscle, though. And there's not too much else you can go outwards, you know? There's not too much else you can do but grow, and it kind of, for the average person, it kind of almost starts looking worse, you know? You're just growing outwards. Whereas if you're tall, when you getting to this point, it requires a lot more work. So after 5 years, you look a lot better because you're just taller and just bigger in general. But as a shorter guy, you're just bigger outwards, you know. But yeah, she's probably a bit too short for me. She's got a cute face though. So, what was I saying? Embarrassing shit. I mean, I like took a picture of her and then like the asses on Instagram and kind of like almost imaginarily combined them, you know, and thought of as social interactions. But I mean, obviously, your most embarrassing shit is going to be the shit you jerk off to, you know. or your sexual shit. You know what I mean? You guys reckon so or not? Fuck's sakes, I caught a fly. But yeah, I mean, what else is embarrassing about me? Anyways, why am I fucking... Oh, because I give a fuck. I give a fuck what people think. And I wouldn't tell my parents that. I mean, it kind of warranted. It's kind of weird, but if I did get to that stage, that'd be some alpha shit. I would really not give a fuck. I mean, at the stage, if I did tell them, I still give a fuck. You know? It's about telling people that shit and not giving a fuck, you know? Whereas if I told my parents right now, I'd, you know, my old man would laugh at me and my mom would be like, what? And my sister would be like, oh, dude, you're weird. And I'd be like, I wouldn't be like, I don't give a fuck. I'd be like, kind of awkward, you know? Exact same conflict situation would occur. I'm getting laughed at and I'd just feel bad. I'd probably just feel bad. Dude, I wouldn't like crack lol W's. I'd just be like, you guys aren't taking me seriously. That's how I feel a lot of the times with my parents as well. My old man laughs at me. He laughs at me. He calls me fat. I'm like, you guys aren't taking me seriously. Because I give a fuck. And this is warranted for most people, but not for me. It shouldn't be for me. I should not give a fuck. Because I'm that guy that doesn't give a fuck and keeps it $1.50. But, I mean, that's warranted as well. To give a fuck. And to tell your parents... I mean, I just thought about Jordan Peterson there for a second, you know. To have enough respect and to tell your parents, dude, why are you laughing at me, you know? You calling me fat all the time? I don't like that. But I've done that with my old man before and he's good. My old man, a lot of the stuff that I've realised, I've gotten passed down genetically. My low EQ, I've got a pretty low EQ. That's why I'm bad at conflict situations and I get very emotional easily. I mean, my old man laughs at me, you know. He laughs at me if I do something stupid and I get really angry. I mean, in the past I would have told him, hey man, hey, shut the fuck up. I went through that phase, like, probably even just a year back, even less than a year back, where that was my response, just, shut the fuck up. Like, getting actually really angry with my parents and just telling them, shut the fuck you. Like, just brutal shit. Just brutally like, oh, fuck you. What the fuck are you laughing at? Like that. Because I've got a low EQ. That's why that's probably one of my more embarrassing moments. I threw my mum's jewellery down the drain when I was like 14 because she wouldn't let me play Fortnite. You know, we're having dinner and she unplugs this PlayStation. So what I did was, I'm a very stubborn guy and that comes from my low EQ. I get a very low EQ and sometimes I do something that, I mean, what am I saying now? Past tense. I've gotten better, but I still, like, obviously, with the conflict thing, like, I still don't have the best control over it. My EQ, my emotions. Someone says something that upsets me and I just can't control my emotions and I just can't react well because I'm so emotional. But yeah, in the past, did some fucked up shit where, like, every time my mum would do something like that, I'd throw away, like, fucking valuable jewellery down the drain, bro. And my own man, they found it. They got so pissed off at me. They're like, you've thrown your life away. This is like thousands of dollars of jewellery that you've thrown down the drain. Probably more. He got me like in the drain pipe, actually right out there. It was right out there. Got me, like, just opened up that drain pipe and went down there. We actually got all of the jewellery back. Let's go. All covered in shit. I was down there, covered in shit. It kind of feels like a fever dream. Like, did that actually fucking happen? That's kind of crazy. It almost feels like maybe it's fake. Maybe that didn't happen. That actually happened. I, like, climbed back in it and, like, got the jewellery out, like, fished out under the shitty water and, like, grabbed it up. But, hey, that's karma for you. I seem very emotionally intelligent now, but in the moment, I'm not. So a lot of the things have been genetically passed down to me, like my emotional intelligence being low. I realise that's genetics, and that's kind of my own man and my mum. And that's who they passed. I mean, my sister has, and even like literally the lowest, probably the lowest EQ. Again, dude, I'm so bad at conflict, but I just gotta get better by not giving a fuck. Even now, just thinking about it, my sister, I just thought about it in my head. Just thought, what if my sister was here and I was having an argument with her right now? Dude, I'd be so shit. I'm so shit. That's why I lose arguments, even though my sister, like, dude, I could roast her. Dude. I'm saying this because I'm uncomfortable with what I'm saying and I want to not give a fuck. But I give so much of a fuck. Dude, come on. I'm saying dude so much. That's filler. It's like saying It makes me feel more... Fuck. Dude, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, pussy. But yeah, I just thought about my sister. If I got in an argument with my sister right now, she would smoke me. And my sister's terrible at arguments. But it's because I am even worse, dude. I am even worse. And, I mean, from playing Call of Duty, I know that I can smoke the fuck out of people. In an argument, it's just, I give too much of a fuck. And I can really smoke the fuck out of my sister in an argument. Because fundamentally, I win. My sister... dumbest arguments. She's being shitty, but... like, the dumbest shit, you know. She gets pissed off at me for the dumbest shit. She starts trying to argue with me. I should be able to smoke her in those arguments, but I just can't because I just give too much of a fuck and I get too emotional. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. But does it feel bad? It feels good. Having those weaknesses that I can improve on does feel good. We can improve. We can get better, surely. Surely I can become good at arguments, good at conflict, right? Surely I've got it in me. I reckon I've got it in me. I just need to learn the art of not giving a fuck, nigga. I'm on that pathway. Let's talk about my work ethic though for a second. I've got 3 tasks to do today. At the end of the day, I mean, I only did 1 task. I fucked around for the entire day. Okay, this is really important. I fucking hate that I left this for the end, but we had important stuff to talk about anyway, so... my work ethic lately. I've had pretty low self-esteem lately, having got a lot of social interactions that I'm like, oh shit, I'm kind of awkward. I mean, I had a couple of good social interactions where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm the man, that's right. I fucking forgot. I am the fucking man at doing this, at talking to people one-on-one, especially in a group. I kind of feel like, oh, this is a lot more awkward, but one-on-one, I am the fucking man at that shit. I'm great at talking to people. But, some issue ones, and it's because I'm having those issue ones because, and some plain bad ones, you know, the conflict ones. I mean, dude, maybe I would be good at conflict if my self-esteem was high. But right now, it's very low because I'm doing no work. And why am I doing no work? Because working is hard. You know, I try and keep it 100 with you guys. That's what I need to practice. And I could say some bullshit, and I fucking hate when people give me bullshit. I fucking hate those excuses. Dude, I fucking hate them so bad. Mainly when people don't go to the gym. Oh, I didn't go to the gym because COVID hit and I couldn't get access to the gym. I couldn't go to the. I had a lot of work. A lot of stuff at work was coming on, so I just couldn't get around to the gym. You stop going. There was a fart and a cough, by the way. Fart, cough, and like sneeze at the same time. That's on, what was that movie? The one where David Finch got in the tire. Is that his name? David Finch? The fuck was I saying? No self-esteem. Bad combos. Forward district. Keeping it 100 with you guys. Excuses. Right. And those people are saying that because, oh yeah, I've got a lot of work to do. Putting themselves above the gym. Oh, I'm just really important, you know. I have a lot of work to do, so I can't get around to the gym. It's just not that important for me, you know. I'm kind of above the gym. That's what the fuck they're saying. And really, it's fucking pussy boy excuses trying to turn a negative thing into a positive thing. And that sounds like it should be a good thing, but it's not a fucking good thing. Oh yeah, I'm not going to the gym because, like, I am such an awesome person. I'm just so motivated in other aspects. Like, I'm literally working 16-hour days and then going to see my family and fucking my wife for another 2 hours and then going to sleep for 6 hours and getting the fuck up and going to work. And I don't even eat or sleep or anything. Except I just sit there to sleep, but whatever, I just work really hard. Like, shut the fuck up. You aren't above the gym. You are not going to the gym, and you don't say in your excuse. They go through all of these excuses of why they don't go to the gym, but they don't say the number one excuse, which doesn't put them in a positive outline. It's that the gym's hard to do. The gym is it's a hard thing to do. You have to work hard for it, right? You don't I enjoy going to the gym, yeah, but I'm fucking human. Everyone is human. Going to the gym, I'm feeling like, oh, this is going to be hard work. Now I've got negative receptors in my brain firing off. Just like any hard work that you do, right? I don't just outright enjoy it. It's not fucking positive dopamine before I go to the gym and positive dopamine afterwards. It's oh shit, I'm gonna have to work hard. And in the moment, I'm like, oh shit, I'm pushing myself and this is fun, but it's still fucking hard on me because it's hard to do. And that's the main reason people don't go to the gym, because it's fucking hard to do. No shit, Sherlock. So I'm gonna give it to you guys a fucking $1.50, right? I'm basically torturing myself right now. This past week, really. I've been going to work, waking up at 4, going to work. I'll say the rest of this, but yeah, fucking excuse radar in my mind going off right now. I'm bullshitting. I'm saying exactly what I just said before that other people did that I fucking hate. But I'll say the rest of this and then outline whatever, blah blah blah. So I've been waking up at 4 and then going to work and then coming home and then I'm home from. It's like 5 to 1:30 is my work, so I wake up at 4, so 4 to 1:30, 4 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. And then from 1:30 p.m. to 8 p.m, I'm awake and I'm chilling. That's 6.5 hours. That's a lot of time. So I eat and I watch YouTube. I watch offline TV. I've started watching Jay Schlatt, Love or Host videos. The most random shit. I watch it. On YouTube, I chill. Bad start. You have to start working then. When I say work, I haven't done anything. I go to the gym every day. I've done that for a year. I go to the gym every day no matter what. There's a lot of things that I keep constant in my life. I take a cold shower every morning and I go to the gym. On holidays, sometimes I treat myself. I don't have a cold shower, on Christmas Day, I had a hot shower, I think I had a hot shower and I had, there was another thing. I didn't go to the gym. What the fuck am I saying? I had a hot shower and didn't go to the gym, right? But I basically keep those things constant throughout. I always take a cold shower in the morning. And I always go to the gym. But when I say I don't work, I'm coming home and I'm watching YouTube. I want to be doing business stuff. Even the trade me stuff, garage sale flipping, has been getting dull for me lately. And I've been putting off doing it. And I've got a negative review. People ain't fucking with me because I'm not messaging them about their win and shit, and I'm kind of being shitty on the packaging. I'm taking a while to respond about that and to do it and shit. But yeah, I haven't been working. I haven't been doing my dropshipping business stuff. Then that's what I love to do. That's what I did love to do, but I haven't been doing it. I have to find a new product for that too. Because I've got the Gain Shake, and dude, it just costs too much. I can't make the profit margin. I've learned from my mistakes, and I'll find something I can, I've learned from my mistakes, so I'll find something that actually has a profit margins. So I've never done a product that has the profit margins to win, over 2x profit margins. It should be reasonable, You can say that about any product. This thing I was buying for about $10 plus shipping, all in all. Oh no, I think it was more. I think it was closer to $15. And at first I sold it for $20. That's $5 profit margin. That's terrible. You could say when getting this product, dude, this is a unique product. I should be able to sell this for $40. No, you're not. And you kind of know subconsciously, dude, this isn't going to sell for $40. That's the profit margins I would need with that product to succeed. Just not there. So I want to find an actual product that I think I have the profit margins to run ads on. I also really want a gym product, but dude, there's not a lot of gym products. And I was searching for gym products and I found 2 products that I thought, oh yeah, these could work because they've got the wow factor. They've got what I'm looking for. that wow factor. And you can say that they solve a problem, but I realized, dude, I'm going out of my way to pick these products and they don't really solve a problem. Number one product was portable cable flies. Kind of like things you like could stick on the wall and do like anything. Cables you can do for anything. So they're portable, so it's like this thing here has got cables out of it. You could say it solves a problem. Oh yeah, like you don't have to commute to the gym to work out, or you can work. I mean, if the gym's closed down, you've got this, but that doesn't really solve a problem. People aren't going to go out. They're not going to buy that. They're just going to go to the gym. Like, you're trying to solve a problem that really needs fixing. I have to drive to go to the gym. Okay, buy these shitty fucking cables. That's your fucking gym. No. For some people, yeah. Most people, no. You're trying to go out of your way to pick reasons to sell a product, and that's not going to work out for you. The other product was a digital ab roller. Like an ab roller that could like had a measurement written on it, and it's like, yeah, it solves the problem of like counts your reps. So like, oh dude, you can like count your reps each time without having to count your reps. Because you'll be doing a lot of my camera. You'll be doing a lot of reps for abs. I think it was like the first ever podcast where I just sat down for an hour and just talked. Crazy, I've got it in me. Good to know. I feel like I'd be a good streamer. Been watching a lot of Twitch shit lately. Maybe I should get into streaming. I'd be great at streaming. I'm great at talking. It's just a lot of the people that I watch like are so good at keeping it 100. Like Mizkif and shit, so good at keeping it 100. Like accepting and thriving in social interactions where they're not top dog. They're being awkward and shit. You know. Not a lot of people can do that, but hey, I feel like I need practice on it, but I could do that. And that's just part of keeping it 100. You're able to keep it $1.50, you don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck, nigga. You're chilling with not being the top dog. But yeah, it's like that's not really a big problem. My fucking nose. The ab roller shit, counting your reps, like you're trying to make up problems that don't exist, man, to try and sell a product, so that won't work. And I want to sell a gym product, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to find one. So maybe I have to do something else. But it's just getting back into it that seems daunting. Like, this isn't too fun for me. Like, watching YouTube videos to find out how to find a product, how to pick a product, a dropshipping product. You got to do it. And it's fun to do too, because it's hard. It's just like going to the gym. It's hard to do. You don't want to do it, but it's fun to do. Because after you do it, you feel so good. You feel so... But it's not just after too. Like, during it, you're feeling good. You're feeling productive. And we all know, you're feeling fulfilled. We all know that feeling. Doing hard work. But they don't call it hard work for nothing. So let's sort out my to-do today. That's my second task of the day. I told you I have 3 tasks. The third task is cleaning up my computer, because I've never cleaned my computer, and shit is, I've been noticing it's fucking dirty lately, so maybe I'll do that on the podcast as well. But first of all, let's plan my day tomorrow. Let's plan my day tomorrow. So 8 o'clock I'm going to wake up. So today is Sunday the 26th of December. I've got Monday, Tuesday off. So I go 8. Is TK Sage message me? Hold up, I'm watching this reel first. Chicks with their asses aren't fat. Let's keep it about 50. What are they doing? Are they practicing deadlifting? Why are they just standing there with a bar? What is this? No idea what that was. Men after a breakup. Man and woman, first day. First day, the man isn't crying. It's David Lay when he's super fucking skinny and the woman's crying. In a week, looking relative, like, fucking, whoa, in a week, you fucking gained a lot of size. It's David Lay again. And the chick is eating cake. In a month, the chick is, like, happy. But the dude is, like, absolutely fucking diced up. What period pains feel like? Isn't that crazy? How bad are they? 8 a.m. Okay, let's do some work. What work needs to be done? We need to message people. Let's start with the hardest task of the day, because you want to do the hardest task of the day first of all. 8 o'clock. YouTube. Noting down methods to finding drop shipping products. 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Finding drop shipping products. List in spreadsheet / podcast. Yeah, that'll be a good time to do the podcast. 10 o'clock. Eat. 10. Eat / read. Okay. 10:40. Sort out all trade me shit. Message all better winners. Chicken dinner better winners. $11 o'clock. Send in identity verification Facebook. Isn't that crazy that they name themselves to Meta? That is such a smart play by them, because that really is. I mean, I feel like I just understand these things so intuitively. I don't know if it's just because I watched Gary Vee so much, listen to him while I was working on my other job, or I could listen to podcasts, or what the fuck it was, but I just understand it so good. Like, NFTs, no shit, they're the fucking future. A lot of people be saying that, but they're just saying it because they want to make money and they want to seem woke and shit. But, dude, almost the exact same shit was happening with the internet back in the day. You know, haters be saying, like, dude, this internet shit is fucking stupid. You know, that's what they were saying. This internet shit is fucking stupid, bruv. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck do you think? Like online dating, that's fucking lame as shit. No fucking way. People are saying it now, like, NFTs are dumb as fuck. They're just pictures that you buy online. The reason people think it's dumb as fuck is because the way it's being used right now is kind of dumb as fuck. It's kind of low W's. Oh, my camera's working again. Yo, what up? It's kind of dumb as fuck. Like, people are just making money. The year is 2021. It's 26 September 2021, 8:04 p.m. So people are just using NFTs to try and make money, you know, flipping shit. Flipping pics. Right now, it's kind of like big pics. It's art pics. It's like dumb, weird pics where it's like fucking gorillas and shit. Like, it's weird. The start of NFTs was weird. Odd. It's like a market. But, I mean, the world is just going digital. Non-fungible token, I don't even know what the fuck that means, but dude, the world is just going digital, and we're gonna get digital assets. No shit. And you're gonna care more about your digital assets than you will about your physical ones. And dude, your physical ones will turn into fucking digital assets as well, dud. You'll probably be buying cars in the future and you'll get the NFT for them, so you know that you own that car. 2010 Honda Civic. Got that motherfucking NFT for that. I mean, what in the year of 2000, it's probably 2043, and you own your car through an NFT. That's how you own it, right? Because that's just clear verification of what you own. It's like the world is going digital, so of course we're gonna get. And I think it just makes a lot of sense to me too, because I've had digital assets before. Playing video games, you've got digital assets. You've got your Fortnite skins. I own these Fortnite skins. They give me clout. I just understand it so intuitively. And I'm not even that invested in it. I haven't even been researching NFTs. I probably should, and I probably will, because I've got a bit of spare time recently, and especially like the metaverse as well. I probably should, but I just understand it so well. And the metaverse, like, obviously, no shit, VR is the next fucking. It's a big step to take. You know, the internet was a big step. NFTs are kind of like a big step, but not like a big step. It's kind of like a change of the way that we own stuff. It's going to become digital. Everything's going to become digital. You buy a fucking ticket to a sport event, it's going to be an NFT. You know, you're going to own that online. All your shit, you're probably going to own your house online. You're going to own everything online so that everyone can see what the fuck you own. You've got the verification of it. You've got the NFT of it. Right? Even physical assets. Everything's going to become an NFT. I'll become an NFT. You can own me. Slavery. But anyways, I mean, that's a big step, but going VR, that's the next big step. I mean, we've got the internet, but that's not real. You're not you're immersed in it. Your eyes are on the screen, but not all 5 of your senses are immersed in the digital world. Just your sight and your hearing, right? I can't smell you shit through the. I'm not completely there. You know, at any time I can look up and I'm not in the digital world, but in the digital, like, that's the next big thing, big thing, VR. And Facebook just understands that. Mark Zuckerberg just understands that clearly. And they're making a move. They're pouncing. They're going to be the first there. But yeah, what the fuck am I saying? How the fuck did I start talking about that? Anyway, send in identity verification to Facebook. 11:10. Probably won't take me too long. Most brutal. This is what I've written on my to-do list at the bottom, in bold, most brutal, difficult task to complete. Try do it, but if you can't, it's okay. You're still a pussy, no shit. But humble yourself and move forwards to try and improve yourself. That's kind of big time facts. And then not bolded. 3:30 to 5. Drop shipping, seek out products, list them down in a spreadsheet. That is the hardest task, because 3:30 you've kind of like gone past the. You're kind of getting tired through the day, but you still got tasks to do, and that's an hour and a half long task. That's pretty long. 1:10. I mean, what else is there to do? Oh man. Spreadsheet. It's 12. When I have lunch. Slash read on the clock. Kind of just hitting me. Oh shit! This is what I'm doing. I kind of get this feeling sometimes, which is really weird. Like a weird feeling. Like this is just what I'm doing now. You know, a lot of the times you kind of have in your head and they're like, oh, I can't escape it or whatever, but like a weird feeling that I get, like, this is, oh shit, am I actually doing this? This is what I'm doing. Kind of like unconsciously kind of like going over and kind of starting to do it, like kind of get the thought in my head of, dude, I should grab that deodorant over there. Like I'm actually starting to like get a feeling of, this is just what I'm doing, you know, all my tasks, all my actions are kind of leading me towards this. I'm kind of like not even thinking, like allowing my body to kind of just do it and feeling the pain of kind of just living in that moment. It's really weird where I just go and then grab deodorant and then it's happened and I've kind of just lived through the moment and the difficultness of it, because it's a difficult task to do, you know. Getting up and just grabbing the deodorant for no reason, that's actually a difficult task to do. No kidding, but I lived through it. Kind of just like weirdly like, and now I'm gonna have to put it back and kind of just like, this is kind of what I'm doing, and I'm just unconsciously, subconsciously kind of like, that's just leading myself forwards. I don't know how to describe it. Anyways, I kind of just had that feeling with doing these tasks, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm actually doing these tasks, and it's not gonna be fun. Kind of realizing that, like, that's not gonna be fun. I'm not gonna get positive dopamine for doing this. But I'm gonna do. I mean, I am obviously, but at the moment, it's not gonna immediately fire off positive dopamine. Or just dopamine, not positive dopamine, just dopamine in my brain. Like, oh shit, it's gonna be hard work to do this. Oh fuck. but kind of like a resigned fact that you are going to do it, kind of just living in the moment of doing it and feeling those bad emotions and then afterwards feeling those good emotions. I don't know. Lunge. Stretch. Oh shit. Is it legs? I think it's chest. Hypertrophy? I think it is. Gym. Then 3. 8/Dave. Fog RT. It's probably the hardest task. Read until 5. Reunion. Possible drop shipping products till 5:40, in which kind of a chill task. Watch YouTube videos on Canterbury first year engineering. And then myself, I mean, I'm probably not going to be able to complete this task, but allow myself afterwards, like from 7 to 9, to just fuck about and do whatever. Allow it's fun. That's what KSI says. Task to complete. Stop watching YouTube for shit cunt videos. You know what I mean. I mean, you kind of have productive pastimes, like reading a book. It's kind of like a productive pastime that's not productive. It's not productive, but you don't feel complete shit while doing it, you know? You know what I mean? It's like playing an instrument or like playing a sport, you know? It's kind of like a pastime you can do that doesn't work, that you still feel productive in a way of doing it. I feel like watching videos for me, it's like, it's not productive at all. I don't feel productive. I feel terrible doing it when I just watch YouTube videos. It feels fucking terrible to do. Even video games was a step up from that, actually doing something. Just sitting down and watching YouTube videos and just like, dude, I'm really bad at it. I just get an instant dopamine hit from going to my laptop, opening YouTube, clicking Y, clicking enter, dopamine hit right there. That's a dopamine hit right there. I'm not kidding. That's a dopamine hit. I do it so often, finding jobs, and I mean sometimes, dude, I'm just like randomly watching a video and almost that same feeling that I got before, where it's like, like subconsciously like, oh shit, this is what I'm doing. It's like the opposite way around, where it's like, oh fuck, like I'm watching a video and I'm suddenly like become conscious of the video. I'm like, dude, I don't want to watch this video. Just clicking off, you know, instant like the hint of boredom of watching a video, just instantly click off. So it's pretty bad. So yeah, I probably should stop watching YouTube videos today. It's kind of like my unproductive time. That's terrible. Should probably like play a sport or read a book. That's what I want to start doing. Okay, let's search up how to clean a laptop. Is that crazy? How to properly clean laptop screen. Alright, let's learn this together.
Keeping your laptop clean can be a challenge, especially if you're...
I'll probably end the podcast here. Alright, good chat. I'm glad that I did this. Oh, I hate this. I was thinking about this before I started this podcast. How on the past 2 podcasts I've done, I said, dude, I'll keep on doing this podcast. This has been ages since I've done one, 5 days. A week since I've done a podcast. It's because I'm in such an unproductive mindset. But hopefully, I mean, today, I thought about it and I was like, no, I'll wait for tomorrow to do that. That kind of scares me. There's a good chance that, I have an unproductive day again tomorrow, and I just keep on having unproductive days. Where I'm like, I get home from work and I'm like, oh, dude, I'm tired. Okay, I'll probably just fuck around. Okay, I'll watch YouTube. I'll just fuck around. And if I fuck around, I don't do this podcast. I only do this podcast because, I'm planning on doing work tomorrow, but I'm hating how much of a pussy I'm sounding like. Again, I've backtracked a bit. I've fallen down. I've taken some L's, but they're big lessons, and I can come back. My productivity was way higher before. Self-esteem was way higher, and life was just way higher, and it's not that I forget that. Obviously, you know that. Life is better if you're working hard. But working hard, I ain't called working hard. for no reason. Working hard is fucking hard. And I haven't been working hard because it's fucking hard, and that just shows your character. And most people watching this are like, oh dude, what a shitty character, what a pussy. I'll tell you this, 90% of people are just like that, constantly. They just kind of, like, that's what my old man and my mum do. My old ma, my old man, my old ma, my old woman. What the fuck, that kind of sounds weird. That's what my old man and my mum, that's what they do. Just hide from anything hard, really, anything like social interactions that they kind of feel uncomfortable. Just hide from it. Hide from anything that doesn't give you instant dopamine, and just live your life that way. It's terrible. It's really terrible, and have a mediocre fucking life. Ugh. But yeah, that's what I've been doing lately, because working hard is hard, and I ain't the man like I thought I was. Getting a lot of ways socially, and when it comes to your mindset. I mean, I thought you were always improving, but you've deproved, and that's all good in the hood, because that's a big lesson, and you can improve a lot from this past week being unproductive. I mean, when was the last time you actually seriously did a business venture? I mean, you made that website for the Gain Shake, but you didn't even sell the fucking Gain Shake. It was probably the Shot Clock, wasn't it? The Shot Clock was so long ago. It was so easy too, just made like organic TikToks, but it's time to end that. You love business, so let's get back into business, huh? I want business to be booming, but right now business ain't booming, because you don't want to be doing business, because what you want to be doing is jerking off, and I've been jerking off like twice a day. I don't know if that's like a bad sign. I've already jerked off in the morning. That's how you know it's being an unproductive day, if you jerk off in the morning. I used to do that, but now, when I do that, I jerk off at night because my dick started smelling. Again, trying to be 100% honest with you guys, which I have through this podcast. At the end of the podcast, I'm very much more 100% honest with you guys. I also used to jerk off to Nibbler, fucking Leela from Futurama. Fucked up shit, man. But yeah, anyways, that's the podcast. My name is Flint Scott Wilson. Your name is also Flint Scott Wilson. And I hope that you're learning a lot from this. This is me being 100% honest, and hopefully we've improved. Please, God. I have the tendency to non-improve, to fall back, to allow myself to be slack on myself. I have that tendency. I feel like everyone does, but yeah, I definitely got that tendency, and we'll see if I can overcome it and continue improving. We'll see. That's some pussy shit. We will. But I don't want to say we will, because in the past I've said that and I haven't held up to my word, and every time you do that it subtracts from your word, and I haven't been doing that lately, but we fucking will. I'll put my word on the line again. We will continue improving. Right, Flynn? We'll do this again tomorrow when I'm looking for dropshipping products, and I'll see you then in the next episode. Alright? See ya.